Namaste Acharya, I am Prashant. My question is that, is there a free will or everything is predestined?
Sir, can I pose this question better? I'm a neuroscience student.
Yes, and I responded.
And what is actually meaning of that, as the Bhagavad Gita said, that karma karo, but
You remember the scientific etiquette, then why do we think all those things are negotiable when it comes to the scriptures? Science, we dare not mess with it. And when it comes to self-knowledge, anything goes. Free for all, anything.
When a series of experiments, they basically demonstrated that our sort of choices can be predicted by a computer algorithm which has access to your neural activity. So then these concepts like decision, choice, intention sort of don't seem to make sense.
Vedanta has no claim to being limitless. The limits are set by you. So you can do that.
Vedanta are talking about the limitation of Vedanta.
Yes, it's limited. It's limited. See, wait. Vedanta is in... Wait, please understand. Vedanta is inanimate. There is a semantic problem here.
so when will this realization will come? So
That comes from where you are. We don't have to go anywhere else.
suffering will change, right? So that is not in my
It's
head.
the concept. That's the beauty of that. It questions all your concepts. Why do you think that being born with a silver spoon is actually better than being born in an underprivileged, economically underprivileged family?
So I think it's a problem. So if you sort of...
अरे करके देखो ना, प्रॉब्लम है कि मजा आता है.
I'll try.
ऐसे प्रॉब्लम है, मजेदार प्रॉब्लम है.
Namaste Acharya, I am Prashant. My question is that, is there a free will or everything is predestined?
Is there a...
Free will
Yeah.
or everything is predestined? As you said, there is suffering, but where I born will change my way of suffering. So, but where I born is not in my control. But
Just let me have some water.
yes.
Human condition, you see. Fellow doesn't even have water to drink. What to say? Suffering? Thank you so much.
Sir, can I pose this question better? I'm a neuroscience student.
Yes, and I'll respond better.
The question is there a free will or everything is predestined? And what is actually meaning of that, as the Bhagavad Gita said, that karma karo, but phal ki chinta mat karo?
Bhagavad Gita wasn't written in Hindi, was it?
Okay.
Why do we forget the scientific method and the scientific rigor when it comes to dealing with holy books? आप किसी जर्नल को कोट करते हो तो ऐसे ही कर देते हो. पूरा नंबर लिखते हो ना, कहाँ फाइल हुआ था, किस ईयर में था, किसने बोला था. आप किसी जनरल ऑथर को भी कोट करते हो. you remember the scientific etiquette, then why do we think all those things are negotiable when it comes to the scriptures? Bhagavad Gita says, कर्म करो फल की चिंता नहीं करो. Where exactly? Which slok? Where exactly? That's like saying, न्यूटन ने कहा था कि सेब नीचे गिरता है, पपीता ऊपर जाता है. When and where exactly? That's not what Bhagavad Gita says. Huh? I don't mean to offend you. I just want to sensitize all of us that what we take as the scriptural wisdom coming to us, the folk wisdom, has become highly corrupted and diluted. Kindly do not take anything on face value. All this WhatsApp wisdom and the Instagram reels, कृष्ण कहते हैं जिससे प्रेम करना उसकी आंख में कभी आंसू मत आने देना, और जिससे दुश्मनी करना, अरे अभी और भी है, और जिससे दुश्मनी करना उसकी आंख का आंसू कभी सूखने मत देना. अरे कहां? Is that the scientific way? Huh? But we take these two worlds as poles apart. Science, we dare not mess with it. And when it comes to self-knowledge, anything goes. Free for all. Anything. One should be tried for doing this, no? If I misquote you, you will sue me, you will drag me to the courts for defaming you. Krishna should be filing so many cases. Defamation. So much is being done in his name, he'll say, Maine kab kaha? So now, back to the question of free will versus destiny.
Yeah, so I'm a student and scholar of neuroscience, and sort of life of neuroscientists, I would say, was made a little difficult when a series of experiments, Libet et al. 1983 and 1987, they basically demonstrated that our sort of choices can be predicted by a computer algorithm which has access to your
Wonderful.
neural
Yes,
activity.
Yes.
Even so, a few milliseconds ahead of you are even aware of the decision. So, for example, me lifting my left hand versus right hand, the algorithm can predict it ahead of my head. So then these concepts like decision, choice, intention sort of don't seem to make sense. Then what will be your words of advice for?
No, it's not just a few
confused neuroscientists like
milliseconds,
us?
sir. Before I came here, I had a cup of coffee. Do you see me consuming glass after glass of water? This action of mine got pre-decided that very hour. It's not even a gap, a phase lag of just a few nanoseconds or milliseconds. No. What I did at 4 p.m. is making me ask for more and more water at 5:30 or 6, whatever is the time, 6:30. 7. We are entering timelessness, huh? Are you getting it? So right now I'll say, I want water. I want water. I want water. As if at this moment I have decided out of my free will to ask for water. But is that so? Aren't my actions this moment being determined by what happened a couple of hours back? So obviously when it comes to mechanical systems, everything is strung together in a cause and effect relationship. And the cause of one thing is just the effect of another preceding thing. Do you see this? It's not as if the water is a result, the water is an effect of coffee, and coffee is the fundamental cause. No, the coffee is an effect of something else. I don't even know. I don't even remember. And if I take it to its logical initiation, everything is a result of my birth. And if I take that further backwards, then my parents come into the picture, and then their parents, and then their parents, and the great apes, and then the monkeys, and then the single-celled creatures, and then God knows what. Big Bang. Some people say that who is the creator is nobody else but the Big Bang. But the Big Bang is a singularity. We'll not get into that. Fine. So, when we talk of the normal kind of actions, obviously it's a cause-effect relationship, right? In which there is no role of any kind of realization. Things will happen on their own. Like birth, like growing a beard, like puberty, like falling in love, like getting married. Mechanical actions. You think you are falling in love, it's hormonal. You think you are fathering kids, it had to happen. Not that it's a result of your independent volition. It's not coming from there. Then death. It had to happen. Not that you can choose to be immortal. You have no choice there. What can we do then? Can we break this cause-effect, the link, this entire chain? Can we cause some kind of disruption in the stream? No. We can know. We can know. You can know how it is happening. And when you know how it is happening, something changes. Something changes. When you know how it is happening, then what is it that changes? Your claim over doership. You do not say, I am doing this. You realize it is happening, not being done. It is happening, it is not being done. And if it is happening, and I am not the doer, then I am not. I am only when I am the doer. If it is just happening, then I am not. Because I am not doing it. And if I am not doing it, who am I? I am nobody. Whenever I am, have you seen, whenever you are always the one in command, one in control. I'm doing this, I'm reacting, I'm acting, I'm deciding, I'm not deciding, I'm retreating, I'm forwarding, something. If I realize I'm not doing anything, then I'm not. And if I'm not, then whose free will are we talking of? So in either case, there is no free will. But in the latter case, there is no suffering either. In the first case, there is no free will, but an assumption that there is free will. And who is the free one? The ego. There is free will. I am the one asking for water. It is my free will. And who am I? The ego. The ignorant ego who does not know that you are not asking for water. It is the coffee doing the talking. You're not getting it. In the first case, we said two cases, and in neither of the cases there is free will. But in the first case, there is an assumption that there is a doer. And that doer is the sufferer. In the second case, you realize that there is no free will. And if there is really no free will, then there is no doer. And if there is no doer, there is no suffering either. So there is no free will, yet there is a difference between realizing that and not realizing that.
But choosing to realize itself is an action that has to be.
Swabhav. Swabhav is not a choice. Swabhav is not a choice. But you are very right. You can choose not to realize. As I said, हम इतने धुरंधर हैं कि we can impede realization. We cannot cause it, but we have nuisance value. For example, here you are. You might find my words irritable. This man is just blabbering there, nothing. You can keep elbowing your neighbor. So there's nothing that you are understanding, but you can impede the understanding of your neighbor. That's what we are adept at. Are you getting it? You cannot choose to realize. When realization happens, it is an expression of who you really are. But you can always decide, oh, realization is frightful. The consequences will be devastating. I choose to live in ignorance. I want to live in... No, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Have you not encountered such a situation, by the way, practically? You want to talk on something real, authentic, really truthful to somebody, and they say, change the topic. Change the topic. Truth is horrible. Most people don't want to take it.
Sir, I am questioning Vedanta. I am talking about the limitation of Vedanta.
Yes, it's limited. It's limited. See, wait. Vedanta is in... Wait. Please understand. Vedanta is inanimate. There is a semantic problem here. Inanimate things don't have limitations. Vedanta is greatly limited if the one approaching Vedanta is coming to it with limited intentions. It depends on you. It depends on you. Vedanta has no claim to being limitless. It depends on you. If you want the depths of oceans, you will get it there. If you just want to skim the surface, that too you can do. The limits are set by you. So you can do that. Yes.
About the free will, let's say I have two options. One thing I can do it, other thing I can't do it. So I choose one of the options. So is it my free will or?
It totally depends on whether you realize where the options are coming from. One great mark of true free will, illumined free will without the chooser or the doer, is that there will never be two options or 5 options or 25 options. Even if there are 25 roads in front of you, you will see just one.
Realizations.
That's realization. The other options stop mattering to the extent that you stop seeing them.
So when will this realization will come? Like so.
By it's great that we are being brought back again and again to the same point. That comes from where you are. We don't have to go anywhere else. Our own life. This question that you asked, the fact that you wanted the mic for yourself, the fact that you chose to be here, it is this daily life. See, it's not about some other world. It's about this life here that we are doing every day. That's the field of true spirituality, Adhyatma. My life, my pains, my sorrows, my griefs, my hookups, my breakups. That's what true spirituality deals with. It does not deal with this and that, ambo, jambo, bhoot, pret, swarg, narak, agla janam, reading somebody's mind, you take this special fruit and this will energize your house. Or there are these disembodied bodies floating here, and if you can please them, then they will bring you good luck. All that is nonsense. This is my life. What do? You get up in the morning and don't know how to get up. You don't want to take a bath. You don't want to rush to the office. You care so much about grades. You care more about somebody else's grades. You care so much about money. You care more about somebody else's package. That's your life. And going into that is what realization is all about. And it's so simple and so direct that we miss it.
My point is that where I born is not in my hand. It is not in my free will.
Where is?
Where I born, like मैं अगर अंबानी के घर पैदा होता हूँ मेरा different होता है. So suffering will change, right? So that is not in my hand.
It's the concept. That's the beauty of that. It questions all your concepts. Why do you think that being born with a silver spoon is actually better than being born in an underprivileged, economically underprivileged family? Isn't that a concept? Isn't that a belief? How do you know? That's a very fundamental question. How do I know? How do I know? And when you investigate deeply, when you see what it means to be born in a very rich family, and you look at the science of those families, you actually begin to wonder, am I not better off not being born there? Look at what they are doing. And there surely must be a great hollow within that they have to resort to these kinds of very, very slimy means to please themselves and to project an image of happiness. Else, why would I need to spend a fortune on my wedding? Why is that needed? If I'm already all right, why do I need to be so ostentatious? It's a concept that being born rich is better. Even better is a concept. Please understand. Better is a concept. Better is not absolute. How do you know something is better than the other? These are all man-made definitions. And whatsoever is man-made can be questioned by man. Why should it not be questioned by man? Betterness is a concept, is it not? And what is a concept? That by definition depends on another concept. If you will begin to define betterness, you'll find that betterness depends on some other word. And that word again is a concept. So then you finally realize that it is all a doing of the ego. Hence, I need not give any great respect to all these things. In that sense, Vedanta turns you into something very disrespectful. Disrespectful not in the sense of lacking etiquette or something, in the sense of not according sacredness to every little thing, every Tom, Dick, Harry, not bowing down in front of the world, not considering something so massive that you must submit and surrender and shiver. Vedanta turns you into a real man in terms of human being, not man as a gender. Yeah, that's the word. You don't give a shit. Yes?
If we unlearn all the concepts,
You don't have to unlearn. You have to question. You have to realize concepts are concepts. See, what's happening with you, you operating in a dualistic framework. So the moment I say question something, you think I'm advising you to reject it. I'm not asking you to jump from one extreme to other dualistic extreme. I'm saying realize that it is a mere concept, not something God sent. It is just a concept.
that realization might sort of make us unable to operate
Upset the apple cart.
in
डर गए.
the life. So I think it's a problem. So if you sort of,
अरे करके देखो ना, प्रॉब्लम है कि मजा आता है.
I'll try.
हाँ,
Thanks.
हाँ. ऐसे प्रॉब्लम है, मजेदार प्रॉब्लम है.
Does he have the free will to try that?
हाँ?
Does he have the free will to try?
If he realizes, it might happen. If he realizes, it might happen.
Does he have to realize?
हाँ?
Does he have the free will to realize?
अभी तो बोला था ना, you have the free will to impede realization. All this discussion is so that the impedance starts looking stupid. Realization can never be something that you do. Who are you to realize? God Almighty. Are you so big that you will cause realization? No. You can only not become the obstacle in your own realization. You can withdraw. It's all about negation, withdrawal, neti neti, nakar. Don't do anything great. Probably you are already great. If you refuse to keep clutching your littlenesses, your pettinesses. Yes.
So, Namaste Acharya Ji. I'm Ravisha.
I'm Varun.
So, we have been listening to you from last 5 months, and I started listening to you from YouTube last year. After listening to the Gita community and your sessions, I could see that now I can differentiate between what is right and wrong. And you, from your teachings, you have told us not to bow down in front of the power and the money. So, what to pursue, which is right in your life. I have started seeing the things objectively, ending all my superstitions, and to inquire into the things.
Many of the teachings Ravisha has mentioned that we have been benefited a lot from the teachings of Acharya Ji, and we are here in the US. Whenever we find time, we listen to him, and it has been a great journey so far.